We are back from holidays and welcome back to Simple Sourdough. If you're new to this channel, please like and subscribe to help us out to reach a bigger audience. Today we are making one of the easiest sourdough bread you can make at home. This is a very great bread to make if you're a beginner. So to make it a lot easier, we are using this bread tin. Because we are using this, we can stabilize the dough very easily. And to give the bread a lot of taste, we'll be using a lot of whole grain and some sifted flour. The one you're seeing here is called purpur, which directly translates into purple wheat. It will give a very nice color to the bread and it tastes amazing. Over here we got some stone grounded wheat where we have sifted off some of the whole grain parts so it has some strength and it will be able to lift the bread. We got some salt, water, we got our sourdough here ready at peak. And if you want to experiment more with this type of bread, you can add mold, you can add melted butter, you can add all kinds of spices like cumin and oil, all kinds of stuff. So we'll just try to keep it simple here and let's get started. Show you how the sourdough looks like. You can see it's filled with air. It's the gluten in the wheat that can hold all the gases. So this is very easy. We are adding our lukewarm water, 310 grams of water. We are adding our sourdough, in this case 80 grams of sourdough, and that will equal 20% sourdough of the total recipe. 200 grams of purple wheat and 200 grams of sifted wheat. And we are adding the salt immediately as well. And here we had 10 grams of salt. I'm just going to mix it very slowly. Okay, so we have mixed the dough for, well, really just 2 minutes, and that's more than enough. Just going to show you the texture. I'm using a wet hand. You can see it's very dark. Now we just want to let the dough rest in the mixing bowl for 30 minutes before we do anything else. And then we will shape up the bread and just put it directly in the tin, and then it can proof in the tin at room temperature. We have waited for 30 minutes. You could wait about an hour as well if you wanted to. Our dough is starting to come together. Before I take it out on our table, just going to put a bit of whole grain wheat. Going to put a bit on the dough, not too much. And then I'm using my dough card to release the dough. And then it should come out pretty nicely. So when we are shaping dough that has a lot of whole grain, we have to be a bit more gentle because it's not as elastic as with a lot of wheat. We are preparing our tin with some spray fat. You could just wipe it with some oil if you don't have one of those. So the shaping for this bread, I'm just tucking in the top and the bottom. And then you could do two things. You could lift it up and just push it together, or you can just roll it like a sausage. Like this, tug out the ends here, and then you want to lift it into your tin. Because we have this tin, it will help us to find a nice shape on the bread. You can see it's nice and runny, which means it has good amount of water. And we can also give it a bit of flour on top, because then you could score some patterns if you wanted into the bread, and it also looks very nice when it's done proofing. So now we will let this bread proof at a room temperature for around 3 to 5 hours. You want to see a 50% rise of the dough, and after that time you can bake it on the same day, or you can put it to rest in the fridge and just cold ferment it overnight, and then you can bake it in the morning or whenever you like. So now we're just going to wait, and then we'll check back on the dough later. So we brought the dough home, and you can see it's nice, proofed, 50% proof. Now we are putting it in the oven at 220 degrees. So I'm going to put it in, and I'm going to lower the temperature because I want a nice crust around the bread. I'm not going to add any kind of steam in this case. So like this, and I'm just going to lower the temperature to around 190. I will write the Fahrenheit as well in the video. The baking time is around 40 minutes. If you're unsure if it's ready or not, then you have to measure the core temperature of the bread, and you have to reach around 98-99 degrees. So our bread has finished baking. Look how nice and dark it is. That's the sound you want. Again, you can measure the core temperature if you like. So that's it for this video. I'm going to cut a slice, and once again, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to our channel to help us spread the word about good bread. So let's see how it looks like. Nice and dark, and almost has a purple shine from the purple wheat. It smells amazing.
Thank you.